Thanks for checking out Auto Transform and Filter, a workflow automation tool that is going to expedite your workday so that you can focus more time on closing deals or helping customers. Auto Transform and Filter is a powerful VBA application that is contained within a workbook that, once opened, allows you access to a powerful macro that allows you to apply a set of rules that automatically filters specific columns of your choosing or maps columns from one sheet to an entirely new sheet in the exact format that you want, and even changing specific column values based on certain conditional rules. Let's go ahead and check these out in action. All right, so to use the powerful auto transform and filter tool, I will need to make sure I have it open by making sure that the workbook is open. Once I have this ready, I can now go to my primary spreadsheet. And from there, I can go ahead and run the special macro. I'll go to Developer tab and I'll say Macros. I'll select the MBook Transform Filter macro. I can then run, and you'll notice that once you run that macro, it'll prompt you with selecting a file that contains the logic that says how you want to either filter this sheet or map certain columns and rows over to a new spreadsheet. So since I don't have that yet, I'm just going to go ahead and cancel and then create my rule for applying filters to the spreadsheet that I have. So to create a rule for filtering or mapping a data from one sheet to another, it all starts with creating a simple text file. So for demonstration purposes, I want to filter column G for the values of Idaho, Texas, and Florida. And then I want to also filter for column I for day shifts and night shift. And then I also want to filter for column K for any values greater than 1,000. So doing that involves saying filter column G for values of Iowa, Texas, and Florida. And then I can also filter for column I, and then I can also filter for column K, whereby it's greater than or even equal to, if I wanted, column K of 1,000. And then once I go back here, I can then run my macro again, select the rule that specifies how I want to filter special columns, and then say open. And as we can see, our data has now been filtered. So if we check here, we see that the values are filtered as we indicated. Night shift is filtered for values that we indicated. And value K is filtered where it's greater than 1,000. So by writing very simple rules, I can then simply run that rule set and it applies all that behavior to the spreadsheet. Imagine if you work on this every single day and all you have to do is run that each time, saving yourself multiple clicks on each of these times however many columns you need to filter. That's a lot of time savings. But wait, there is more. What if I wanted to have column A, column B, and then column D, as well as column H, K, and L to be in a brand new spreadsheet, because that is the view that I need to have to be able to do my job the best. Instead of having to manually delete all the other columns that I don't need, why can't I just have that view? Let's get it done. All right, so to do that, we go back to our rule set, and now we specify mapping instructions to do exactly what we just talked about. So I'm mapping A to A, B to B, D to C, mapping H to D, then mapping K to F, then mapping L to G. So I am skipping the columns I don't want, mapping those, and then it's going to map these accordingly. So let's go ahead and save and see what that looks like. We go back to our spreadsheet, do like we did before, run the macro, select our rule sets, and then we can see that we now have a perfectly formatted set of new spreadsheet that contains the exact information that we were specifically looking for. It looks like I skipped column E, so let me just fix this. So I'm placing it at A, B, C, D, E, and then F here. Save that again, go back to my spreadsheet, and you notice that it will only export out to the new spreadsheet anything that is visible. So for those rows that are hidden, they will not be exported to the new sheet. So I'll go ahead and run that, select my rule set again, and finally run. And we see everything is nice and tight and packed together. And so here's the date, here's the location of the injury, and as well as all that other information. So again, as you can imagine, this is a lot of time saving if you had to work on this spreadsheet every single day, needing to transform your spreadsheet from one format to another. And as useful and powerful as that is, we can make it even more powerful by applying special conditions for when a particular cell contains one value and you want it to have a new value instead. So to make that happen, we go back to our rule set. And this time we're going to say when column H contains medical claim or whatever other value. For example, I can write in, if it contains medical claim here or it contains this value here, whatever that happens to be, I want it to change over to, in this case, $sign. I can also do other things like greater than or greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. In this case, I want greater than or equal to for when K, which is our incident cost, greater than or equal to 1,000. I want to change that over to oh no, to kind of signal that we want to prioritize looking at this row as a possible first steps to remedying the situation. So with that, I will go ahead and save that and then go back to my primary source spreadsheet and apply the rule. I'm going to run my macro, my rule set, and then run. And as we can see, for wherever medical claim happened to be, we changed it over to $sign, a new value, or wherever the incident cost happened to be greater than a particular value, I put in, oh no. It just so happens that all the ones that we had filtered for were over 1,000. So this is Auto Transform and Filter, a VBA application available on SolidusCode.com. Check out the link below and get yourself a copy. Thank you for checking out this video. Until next time.